Hey, how's it going? I like to call this lesson fruity. Fruity. Hi, make sure I can see it. I don't want this in the picture. Apples and oranges. Now you might wonder what's apples and oranges. Actually, this is math. And this is adding fractions, but it also works with subtraction fractions. So here's what I'm going to tell you. If you had 2 apples and you added to that 3 apples, how many apples do you get? 5 apples, right? Easy. Okay. Now, what if you said 2 apples? Sorry for that. It's not so nice. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Plus 3 oranges. What do you got? You got 2 apples and 3 oranges. But what do you have in total? You have 5 fruit. Now, check it out. This is a language thing. But you have 3 things. These 2 are individual fruit, but we're going to combine them into fruit. Okay? 5 fruit. All right. The reason I'm saying that is because if you had this, if you had 1/4 plus 1/4, what do you got? And remember, if we look at, I always like to use a pizza kind of thing. That means you got this and you got that. Okay. So 1/4 and 1/4, what do you get? 2/4. 2/4. Agreed? We could rename this to its simplest fraction. Call it a half, right? By using the magic 1 of 2/2 to divide. So we simplify that fraction. That's kind of a different thing I'm talking about in this case. But we're renaming fractions so that we can add them. So we're going to get to this magic 1 idea, which we've talked about before. So now let's say that we have 1/8 and, 6/8. Apples, eighths, apples, right? They're the same. So we can just add them together and get 7/8. Agreed? Okay, easy. That's the apples. But what if we have an orange thrown in there with us? What if we have, let's see, 1/3 and 1/6? Apples and oranges. We can't just put them together. Okay, we need a common denominator. So what I like to do is first go, well, let's first of all, we can change them into fruit, or we can change the apples into oranges in this case. So we can change the thirds into sixths by using the magic 1. And we've talked about this before. What do I multiply? The multiples of 3 to make a 6. If I multiply by 2/2, which is just a 1, the magic 1, I can make this into 2 sixths. Now I've got oranges. So now I've got 2 sixths, 1/6 equals 3 sixths. Well, what is 3 sixths really? If you have 3 of 6 things, you've actually got, here's the third. If you have 3 of the 6 parts, you really have what? Half. Okay. What if that's turning the apples into oranges. What if we can't do that though? What if we have a 1/5 and a 1/3? We can't turn the oranges into the apples or the apples into the oranges. So we're going to change them both. We're going to create fruit now. So what are the multiples of 3 and 5 such that they have a least common multiple and they land on the same number? 5 becomes 10, becomes 15. Aha! We can turn a 3 into a 15. So over here, we're going to use the magic 1 of 3/3. And I like to show the magic 1 so it really works for my thinking. Over here, I'm going to use the magic 1 as 5/5 to multiply, to change these into a common denominator, fruit, of, in this case, 3/15, and in this case, 5/15. And now I can add my numerators because now I've got fruit 15ths. And so I've got 8/15. Notice the 8/15. It's slightly larger than a half, right? 8 out of 16 would be a half. So it's a little bit more than a half. But I cannot simplify this fraction because these guys don't have common factors. Okay, so that's how you rename fractions to add them. It's the same for subtracting them. If you had something such as 7/8 minus 1/8, you've got apples. Easy. That becomes 6/8, which simplifies. If you have 7/8 minus 1/4, well, now we've got apples and oranges. But I can turn the oranges into apples, right? I can make a 4 into an 8 by using the magic 1 of 2/2. So that'll make 2 eighths. And now I can do the subtraction 7 minus 2 to get 8. 7 5/8. Okay. And I can do the fruit part. The fruit part is that. The fruit part is if I had 2/3 minus 1/4. Can't turn a 3 into a 4, but I can turn them both into what? It's the least common multiple. When do they land on the same number? Did you think of it? 12ths, right? So over here I have 8 12ths. Over here I have 3 12ths, and now I have fruit of 12ths. 8 minus 3 is 5 12ths, and I cannot simplify 5 12ths. We need more than that. So that's the apples and oranges lesson in mathematics. Okay, now you're going to do a few. Okay, you got 4 problems to do on your own, please. All right, here, 1. Let's do 1/4 plus 1/4. You're going to use blank piece of paper and then put your name on it and then do these 4 problems. And then you're going to do 5/8 plus 1/4. Okay, apples and oranges. And now we're going to go 6/7 plus 1/14. No, take that back. 1/3. This is fruit. And then we'll do a subtraction problem of what the 8? I don't know what happened to my brain right there. Let's go with 5/9. Ooh, minus 1/3. Fruit. Got to change them. No, this is apples and oranges. This one's fruit. But that's subtraction. 4 problems. Got them? You can pause this and do it. Rewrite them. Show the magic one as you change them. Of course, you won't do that up here, but do here. And then have some good success. Just come and hand it to me when you're done.